What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out.
That predisposition. So when we know that that's what we lead through, that's what we need to be sustaining ourselves through. But we're not. They teach us to completely silence our masculinity. Like it's gone. It's not even frail. It's not fragile. It's gone. It's obsolete. The shit it's invisible. It's not here. You feel me? But what we do operate is through femininity. Even the most manliest of men, we've been operating through femininity for so long. You feel me? But what makes our femininity appear to be and this is really what they're calling fragile. This is what I'm about to say is really what they're calling fragile and what they're explaining as frail. And that's toxic femininity. So we understand polarities. You naturally have to have a polarity, period. So within a polarity, you have to have a polarity. Within a polarity, you have to have a duality. So let's look at femininity as a whole. Femininity is going to have a positive side, it's going to have a negative side. The negative side is toxicity. The toxic femininity. That's what we have accepted as masculinity these days. Masculinity is gone. It's not here. You feel me? But what we as men are operating from is toxic femininity. This is why we clash with women. This is why we clash with the feminine component, because you have the toxic feminine coming in with a potentially healthy feminine or another toxic feminine perspective. You feel what I'm saying? So when you understand that, then you can start to evolve and open up the realm to understand what the fuck we really have to go through. You feel what I'm saying? Our men, our brothers, us, we are not. Our masculinity is not frail. Our masculinity is obsolete. Our toxic femininity is what is frail. That's what we think is masculinity. So they're trying to make us operate through the feminine component. Yes, understand the feminine component. Know the feminine component. Know it for its creation. Know it for its synthesis. Just as the masculine component is the spiritual, mental, and physical embodiment of the essence of analysis and deconstruction, the feminine component is the spiritual, mental, and physical embodiment of the essence of synthesis and construction. You feel what I'm saying? It's construction. You dig what I'm saying? So when you operate from the feminine component creates, synthesizes, period. This is why babies are made. See, this is why you have that predisposition. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all have that predisposition. I don't give a fuck what you say, oh, well, we both have. Yes, we do have both. But there is a defaulted predisposition to each one, to the wielder of the one who's supposed to have it. The reason why women have that predisposition because women are able to give birth. Within the womb, they synthesize. Within the womb, they create. Right? The masculine component is analysis and deconstruction. So within the testes, the sperm cell, the reason why it's so abundant because it divides. You see what I'm saying? The sperm cell carries the man's DNA, but there's so many because it's a division. It's deconstruction, analysis. You feel me? And when analysis and deconstruction merge with synthesis and creation, you get divinity. But that's another conversation that we're going to have a little bit later. So when we operate from that, they've given us femininity. We've been in, like, femininity has been driven into us. You know? Not homosexuality, femininity. As an essence, as a principle. You know what I'm saying? So when that has been driven into us, but we still have to operate as men, it shifts it to toxic and we have to attack it. So when synthesis and construction becomes toxic, what do you then have? Destruction. Now, we look at, well, you have deconstruction in masculinity, but you have, deconstruction and destruction are not the same shit. Like, this is why you have to understand, like, synonyms correctly. This is why you have to understand definitions of words, because a lot of times we use them synonymously, deconstruction and destruction. Deconstruction means that when I'm breaking something down, it's to its finest component. You feel me? But it's still, once it's deconstructed, it can be reconstituted and constructed again, like a Lego. You feel what I'm saying? Destruction then would be if I completely obliterate it. There's no reconstitution from that. It's gone. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what toxic femininity does. So as men, we have been trained and we have been conditioned to run through femininity first. and then it's been shifted because now we know that we have to be the opposite to what synthesis and construction really is. You feel what I'm saying? This is why it's so easy to kill something that looks like you. This is why it's so easy. Like a lot of the shit that we have is about construction from the negative perspective, which is destruction. Think about this. When a motherfucker can promote, there's no rationale. There's no masculinity. There's no logic behind, promoting the promotion of, personal destruction, self-destruction, self-hate, and self-mutilation.